Here we go then, boys and girls. Let me just close the house. An ingenious locking system so Toon can still get out. As you can hear, it's still coming down, cats and dogs. So last night we moved what we could up here. It's pretty much stayed this sort of wet all night. We even had to move Bebo up here. I'm not going to let her out yet. Alright, Bebo. What happened to me, girl? Hey, you're in a condo now. But we're still on the video, the phones for the video at the minute, guys. I have just popped the video camera on charge now that it's daylight. It's just that we wanted to keep everything down to a minimum that's been on charge. As you could well imagine, with us being on solar, and we've not had any bloody sunshine for almost a week. Now, last night we went to bed at about midnight. And then I was getting up at every 90 minutes just to come and have a look at the levels, and since my last check it's dropped about 2 inches, but as you can see still pretty bad. So our orchard is still underwater, don't care about that. Alright, let's show you around a bit. I'm going to go and get a brolly. Apologies for the shaky camera, guys. But last night all we were charging were our phones and our head torches. They were the most important things. We even put the Honda pump up on the shelf here. So we could still yet flood. But I'm going to show you something pretty amazing, and how we're still here. Incredible. Toon's been in touch with friends and families, and a lot of them are washed out. Toon's big sister on a farm in the Conservan, there underwater. Oh, I just saw the Mekong coming up here. What we saw was quite interesting last night, and quite worrying, where these ponds were coming up even when we were getting periods of no rain. Obviously when we get the heavy downpours, it was coming up even quicker. But it comes through the sides with this laterite rock. The water comes through the sides of the ponds. Toon was trying to smack snakehead on the head on the shelf here last night in the dark. I saw some of the big catfish on the side there, and here we are inches away. Wait till you see this. I got my wife's brolly this morning, guys. Yesterday with the video footage, I had my little brolly hat. You can see the water here. This isn't overflowing yet. This is just from the heavy rain. So now we're in danger of this actually flooding over because of the rain. I thought, oh, maybe all the snakehead have got out. When I came down here about an hour ago, just after first light, a giant snakehead took a bullfrog that was on the side. Here, if you look here, the water was up about another 3 inches last night. So it's dropped about 3 inches since the worst of it. But if you look over there, everything's underwater. Look at it. Even Toon's little banana island in there. The fence pond, well and truly underwater. That flooded before it even got dark yesterday. But we have got the chicken wire fence all around there. The big stuff can't get out, so that's good. But yeah, it's so, if it floods here, out of all the ponds we've got, this is probably the one to flood. Actually, it's as regards the stock in here, it's pretty minimal, just so hard to catch. We'd earmarked this one to drain down and restock, in the dry season. Good job we didn't do it a little while back. My newly planted bananas on the left hand side there, they're underwater. They'll be alright for a few days. So thank you so much for all your kind words of support and love that you sent us on Facebook and here on YouTube. It does make a lovely feeling for us. You know, when you, well, there's no two ways about it. You know, you are on tender hooks a bit, and certainly when you don't know when the rain's going to stop and the levels are going to keep coming up. So the levels are increasing in the lake, probably a little bit quicker than before, and the reason is the water on the outside of the lake is now higher than on the inside. I don't know whether that's picking it up probably nicely there, because you've got the dark water on the left there in the canal. That's going through all hyacinth and alligator weed, so that's why that's clear. And then we've got the muddy water in the lake from all the runoff from the subsoil excavation. So to me that looks like there's, I don't know, half a metre's difference. Let's have a look down here. Yeah, so now with the drain pipe, it's not draining out, because say once the water gets higher on the outside of the lake, it can't get out. It does for a while, because obviously it's a raised pipe, but once the level outside exceeds the inlet point, then it stops coming out. There you go. About to put a boat in here soon. So every time I came out last night, I walked around here and loads of fish all into the palms. This is quite important, so you can see the water coming from the right, which means, well, just confirms that the levels are dropping a little bit, whereas last night it was all coming from left to right. I don't know whether our stock is still in there. We've got a few cattlers in there and some, I think 2 cattler carp, 2 Asian silver carp, some tilapia. We know a couple of snakehead have got in there and bred as well, so I don't know whether they're still in there. So, Goat Island, Porpeang Lake. I survived another day. When I came out last night and saw that the drain pipe was no longer draining away, I thought, oh well, that's it. And then it started raining again. Oh, right over. Let me try and point. Hang on a minute. I've got to hold my brolly. Where's my finger gone? There it is. Over there in that gap there, there's a bloke on tiptoes lifting up his standing net. I nearly did scream out like a girl last night. I saw something that absolutely made me jump. I was proper shocked. Now I'll just show you where I was. As regards replying to everyone, guys, last night while we sat around, of course, I had a bit of spare time, so I was replying not long after I posted the video and the Facebook post. I gave an update there about 11 o'clock at night, but I thought I'll just do another video and let everyone know how we're doing here. Amazing, eh? So an early lesson learned is get this drain pipe cut down by about 2 foot and getting the top open for letting the water go out rather than just the sides. So at the moment, at the bottom of the drain pipe over there, the holes are quite small, and as the holes are come higher and higher up there, they're a bigger aperture. What I think we should do is hack it right down and not let the water get up really high to start with. Of course, if it comes over the sides anyway, there's not a lot you can do, but at the minute the sides are so high, like I say, I don't think it will be draining. Pretty sure it won't, but we'll see. Here we go. No, I can't hear it draining. An inland sea. Beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. So normally it's like a raging torrent down here. Careful my fingers, Leigh. Underneath here, the pipe, the swivel pipe comes out there, and then there's a big concrete ring tank going through underneath the road there, and it just comes rocketing through there. But as I say, it's all backing up, so the river is somewhere over yonder. It's obviously burst its banks, come here, water coming down here, water coming out the lake, and water coming through neighbouring villages that way as well. So it's got nowhere to go, and just getting higher and higher. But look at this, we're still on terra firma. Right, the scary thing, or the thing that made me jump last night, I was just coming round here and I shined my hedge torch down there, and the biggest snakehead I've ever seen in my life launched itself clear of the water by about 2 or 3 foot. It jumped higher than the pipe, and what I thought is happening is now that there's probably a very, very small amount of movement, as in water going from the lake. So I think it could just feel that, and snakehead are renowned for trying to leave the premises and go elsewhere. You see that guy over there? So he's up to he's actually over his shoulders out there, all on his own. You know, Thai people, not only are they resourceful, they're bloody brave people. Excellent. Should get the boats out. Yeah, so a bit of a tweak for the drain pipe is planned. Hey, it was pretty much guesswork, you know, the size of the apertures and the spacing and the height of them. So that's good. If we do pull through this, well, we will pull through it, but if we pull through it without it flooding, there's the first improvement that we can make. That's all you can do, isn't it? Learn from your experiences. So the island has come up more. So I would say access onto the island, we've probably got about another, guesstimate, about 60-70 centimetres before it comes up at that. But for actually getting the goats off the island, that's not a drama. Now, because we put a hole in the fence here, in theory the big ones could get out here. But what we've noticed, the big catfish, the Sawai and the Mekongs, they don't come out here. They stay in the deep, thank goodness. They might roll and that, but yeah, they stay in the deep part. Snakehead will be gone. But as fish go, others come. So we got a couple of new species last year when the dams burst. Obviously the big dams that are where the waters get released, they've got different species in, and sometimes you get some bonus big fish. Hey, it's easing off. I should do the camera more often. Every time I pick it up, the rain eases off. So there's no point in letting the goats out yet. We'll have a refusal at the gate. There's no way they'll be coming out. And what lays ahead today, ladies and gentlemen, is what's known as goat feeding marathon. Because we're forecast for rain all day for the next 2 days. So my phone app was very, very naughty and got my hopes up when I was listening to the height of the deluge last night. I thought I'll just have a look at the forecast, and it said after today the rain's going to stop. Sorry, Mum. Fran's peg does appear to be under a little bit of water. Never mind, eh? Let's turn the old phone round. On my last video it cut short at the last second. I don't know why. I think the phone got a little bit wet. But again, just thank you so much for your kind words of support and love. It does warm the old cockles of the heart. And same when we had the flood last year. We can't really reply to everyone. The quickest way of doing it is by doing a video. And I know most of you follow us on our Facebook page as well. Whenever I post anything on my own personal Facebook these days, generally speaking, I also put it on our Facebook page. So Leigh Gallagher for Facebook, Toon Gallagher or Toon Gal for Facebook. They're our own personal ones, and then we share the posts on the on our Facebook page as well. So yeah, you can keep up to date on there. You can also message us as well. We're still getting quite a lot of people asking to do farm stays. I haven't replied to anyone for the last day and a half. Apologies there. What I would recommend is don't come in the rainy season unless you've been here before. Because generally speaking, once you've been here once before, then you know the setup, and you could probably get a good idea what you're going to be up against, you know. So yeah, Toon doesn't want to do any farm stays in the rainy season. I quite like walking around in wellies with people, so we'll see. Look, get in touch if you want to do a rainy season, but really, guys, you know, come the dry season, around New Year it'd be perfect, a little bit cooler, drier, and you could probably catch fish out of the drainage canal with your hands rather than netting the whole thing. Let's have a look down here. Talk about clarity in the water. This is what the lake's normally like. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely. Oh, there's a fish in there knocking about. Should be our best ever haul of fish out the canal this year. Look at this. I'd quite like it if all the hyacinth just floated actually off onto the farm. Yeah, a lot of it has up here. The reason being, it's less for me to hoik out. It can't escape. We've got a really high fence way over there in the ditch, so we've only got about half of the canal that has hyacinth and alligator weed in it. Well, we got the alligator weed from next door, and we got the hyacinth out of a local river, but we still don't want it going elsewhere. Again, nice and clear. So the alligator weed is now underwater, but the hyacinth just sort of like floats up like a raft. Brilliant. Goats were in there over there about 4 days ago. Loads of activity in the lake. Oh, stop it. Sorry about that. One take videos, nightmare. The video is uncharged now, so we should have a bit more stability. Yeah, I tell you what is so beautiful, I've got to flip the camera around again, is the clarity of everything. Everything goes crystal clear. Let me just turn it round again. Apologies. The mountain there, that beautiful. All different types of green layers from our coconut and tamarind trees and bamboos, and then in the background we've got eucalyptus on someone else's farm, and then all sorts of wild stuff growing up that mountain. There is a temple up there. Unfortunately, the lovely monk that's been up there for many years, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. That was really sad. Lovely guy, and he donated a load of used plastic drinking water bottles for us for sending a big order of crayfish. What a lovely guy he was. Big loss for the area. Right, I think that will do for now. As I say, there's more rain coming, guys, so we'll keep you posted. But as they say, he who dares wins, Rodney. We won't give up easy, will we? Well, not yet.